Hey, everybody. Fascinating discussion today as we dive into a number of topics, including enhancing customer communications through advanced messaging and AI with a true innovator, thought leader in the space at Conversive AI. Nitin, how are you?
Thanks, Ivan. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well, thanks. Really intrigued by what you guys are doing as a longtime fan and user of messaging and so much happening in the space these days as, advanced messaging like RCS interfaces with AI. But before all that, maybe introduce yourself as co-founder and your vision and mission at Conversive.
Thanks, Ivan. Thanks for having me. So very happy to kind of talk about what we do as a company and kind of share our insights and knowledge to the general community. So we have been a messaging company all through. We have focused on driving these messaging conversations from the CRM. So CRM being the data kind of source of truth for kind of who is your customer, who's your lead, who is where. So that gives us the right insight to kind of start a conversation, start messaging, and then people reply and it becomes a conversation. So that's what we have done for about 15 years now as a company. And now what we are seeing is that conversations are happening across all channels. So you are conversing on your website, people are calling your contact center, people are kind of making visits to your retail store, and if you are a professional, then you have people visiting your for appointments. So all these are conversations, but how do you make sure that you are doing the right conversations and you are delivering a good customer experience? So that's when we started creating conversive AI, which is not just about, okay, send messages, receive messages, but orchestrating the conversation across the customer life cycle for better customer experience and delivering the business outcomes. I'll give you just one example. So you may have a kind of recruitment team who's kind of calling candidates, and then you have candidates also coming through your website. So how do you make the two talk to each other? So that's where we create a conversation view across the life cycle, that you will have candidate, you reached out to candidate, then he came to your website, and so and so. So that's what conversive is about. It is still, we have still we are offering it to our current customers, and it is not just a messaging channel but web chat channel, and also voice bots and voice
Mm,
agents is what we are doing.
brilliant. So when you started, I guess you said 15 years ago, it was all about SMS, and we learned
Yeah,
to love SMS. Your
yeah.
website's even called SMS Magic, so that gives a peek in behind the curtain there. But now we're omni-channel, and everyone is, using WhatsApp and Facebook and iMessage and all of
Yeah.
these other channels. How do you see the world diverging, and how can you support so many different channels across different platforms these days?
Absolutely. So every demographic, every audience has a channel of their own. So it is not just these channels. There
Mm,
are kind of things like WeChat and
mm.
Line, and kind of all those channels. Messaging is a complicated affair these days. Um, many a times our customers have already vendors for these channels. So they may have somebody they have kind of for WhatsApp, somebody they have for email, they maybe use a marketing automation platform. So what we do is we help them orchestrate these channels by bringing the data in and giving them the action. Okay, so you sent an email, now send a WhatsApp message, or you made a phone call, now kind of send them a message. So this is done by conversive APIs, which help kind of orchestrate the conversation, which is action, intent, and based on sentiment, and what kind of use case is it. So that's what we do. So we orchestrate the channels knowing that customers will have different methods and means of their own.
Yeah, that's great. And how does integration work exactly? You mentioned CRM platforms like Salesforce, Zoho, great products. How easy it is to integrate and what's required for the customer in terms of that integration?
Yeah, so there are standard. One way to integrate is Zapier, which is basically very surface
Mm,
level integration where you get in the contacts and all. But the integration can be much deeper. So what we do is we do workflow level integration. Some things happen on the CRM database. You are able to strike a conversation. Something happens on your conversation, and you are able to update the system of record. So that's a two way. So for example, there's a WhatsApp bot sitting on your website, or a CTA on your billboard. WhatsApp me on this number for anything. So
mm,
there are going to be leads created, and you need to give those leads to the CRM. So that kind of different integration is there. Plus, the conversation need to have a reference in the system of record. I have this lead, so I need to see, okay, what message I did, what calling I did. So it needs to go to that level. So we do a deeper integration with the CRM. Uh, but what we do essentially is build out those use cases and orchestrate the channels.
brilliant. So now enter AI, Gen AI, intelligent bots into the mix. And what opportunities does that open up exactly for your customers?
So one of the use cases we have heard often is that our customers who are professionals and institute like healthcare companies or
Mm,
uh, mortgage inquiry management teams, or education recruitment teams at universities or at tech companies. They don't have people beyond office hours, but typically in
mm,
healthcare companies a patient will call anytime they need it, right? A student typically calls after hours. That's the behavior we see these days. A candidate would also call anytime. They would call weekend and all. So common use case is nobody is available to take those messages, take those phone calls. So you have AI agents taking those phone calls and messages, and they can solve up to a point, capture their interest or capture who it is, and set up a callback.
mm.
So that's a very popular use case, and AI agents are good enough for that. In fact, we have seen AI agents can do more than that. AI agents can do pre-qualification, lead
Wow.
validation, uh, capture the interest. If you are calling for a mortgage to a broker, then they can ask you who you are, what kind of house you need, which location you are looking for, what kind of a mortgage are you looking, how you're self financing, and some details about your income and all. Now, while AI agents can do this, courtesy the LLMs and all the voice technologies that are kind of getting built right now, but there is a kind of another layer to it, which is the right guardrails. What information can be shared? What
Mm,
information can be showed? Is it sensitive health information? Is it personal
mm.
finance information? How do you make sure agents only get handle the real human agents, uh, live agents are able to get their hands only on the data they are required to, and not the sensitive information? How do you make sure your CRM is not open and kind of the AI agent is just kind of puking data out of CRM to people? So all that what we call as guardrails is important. Plus also we have to fine tune the LLMs for those use cases, and also kind of customize them based on what outcome you want. So those are things that we do.
Brilliant. That's really powerful. And we've seen the new RCS standard really get traction, opening up new opportunities globally. SMS, as you know, has been traditionally pretty dumb as a
Yeah.
channel, but RCS is really cool. If you've ever gotten an RCS message, you can format it in colors and images. That must be opening up a lot of new opportunities for you.
Absolutely. We are already implementing it for a couple of customers in India and in the US. So it opens up a whole new dimension. SMS is kind of very black and white, if you call it. RCS is more built for conversations with
Mm,
rich text, videos, multiple people on the conversation. So it's a lot more. but the carriers are kind of launching it step by step. That is one thing. Um, Also, kind of adoption among the consumers may take a little bit of time. So we see a few years horizon, but yeah, it's the next thing. And we see all the kind of ingredients for a very good channel in the future for business conversations.
Brilliant. And of course, the power is all this on the go. Tell us about how you can empower sales and support teams who are mobile, maybe engaging on their phones, not just at the back office, head office. How does the mobile app or mobile environment sort of work?
Oh yeah, yeah. So mobile environment is very important because in the industries we work in, there is sensitive data. There is uh, a lot of kind of considered decision making. The user will ask a lot of questions before choosing a treatment, a clinic, or before looking at what mortgage they want or buying a house.
Mm,
So so agents, live agents can't use their own cell phones. It is kind of as simple as that. So that's why
mm,
they need a mobile app to kind of communicate in a way that data is recorded, saved. It
mm.
has the right privacy guardrails and the
Right.
right permission mechanism. They are not kind of messaging or calling people who have opted out and so on.
Yeah, that's pretty powerful. And so, large enterprises can be tough to work with. It's not
Yeah.
just the CRM integration. You have all kinds of analytics and reporting and security rules. How difficult is it to get an end-to-end service up and running? Is it days, weeks, months to
Yeah.
kind of get going?
For a large enterprise, who is kind of deploying, say, across multiple use cases across, say, a couple of departments, it can easily go 2 months.
Hmm.
For a mid-market company, it's 2 to 3 weeks.
Nice.
Basically, we fine-tune their workflows, create conversational AI kind of question, answer, intent, action. Uh, uh, Train their live agents on our interface. Okay, this is
Mm,
how a message pops in. This is where you see all the conversations. This is how you take over the conversation, and their business managers on the analytics and all. So this does take a little bit of time. In some cases, we have seen that companies also need to transform them a little bit. So they may not be used to a live back and forth channel, which
mm,
is working all the time, right? They may
mm.
not be used to answering so many questions on text messages. Somebody may feel, okay, say a old school doctor or a old school lawyer or a old school, why should I give away all that information over text messages? We have seen that also. There are some people who say, oh, I just want to send messages, I don't want to receive. So we we say them, no, no, you can't do that in today's world because privacy is not going to allow for it. You're going to run into legal troubles, and consumers
Mm.
will not like it at all.
Yeah, it really depends. I mean, I think most the Gen Z folks, kids I know, my kids and others, they don't even want
Yeah,
to make phone calls. It's all messaging. So
exactly.
it is very much a demographic shift. And where's your fastest growing market or segment? Is it in India, in the US? Are there certain places where you're getting really great traction?
So we are getting good traction from wellness and healthcare companies in the
Mm,
US. The second is injury lawyers in the US,
mm.
who are kind of, because again, they have people who are injured and calling them, which can be any time of the day.
Yeah, they put
Usually,
their phone numbers on the ads, the billboards.
yeah, and injury can happen anytime. People can call
Mm,
anytime, and usually, like, they may not have an extensive staff, so they have contact center one, two, three, just to make sure they are attending calls by a live person. So we are trying to upgrade them, um, and they also go through a bit of a kind of transformation.
yeah, there's nothing worse than calling an answering machine or a voicemail box and just
Yeah,
leaving a message. That's a lose proposition. So
exactly.
what's next for you over the next few weeks and months? Do you have any events or news or announcements coming up? Maybe any travel? What's on your radar?
Yeah, so we are going to be market launching some of Conversive offerings in the market in 1.5 to 2 months, which is going to, so whatever I spoke about, these use cases, they'll be published. We'll be publishing some success stories, and talking about it, giving an experience on the website. Say, God forbid, if you need a treatment, so like as a simulation, just go to our website, try calling a doctor and see how it
Hmm,
responds. It's basically a voice bot. Or try talking to a doctor's office over a chat and see how it performs. Does it answer your question? So there will be a good experience, and we'll, more than that, the experience, we'll publish out the use case so that our market and our potential customers can see this is what it is, this is how it works, and
interesting.
in the process, evangelize the best practices and evangelize what we do.
Well, congratulations. Sounds like you're really on to an amazing opportunity, and good luck onwards and upwards.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thanks, everyone, for listening, watching, and sharing. Take care.